Saves my life. Just double check that, make sure we're going. And yeah, we're up, we're going, we're there. Aye. Right, so we're started and we're away. Right, hello Sumo fans, I'm Scott Finlay and welcome to the first episode of Afterthoughts on World of Sumo, where we're going to be talking about the inaugural history-making Scottish Sumo Open that happened just last night. I'm joined with Rain City Sumo's Mika Grimmer.
Howdy.
And Clan Sumo Scotland's Ross Moran.
Right.
And we're just going to talk about everything, and if you guys have got any questions or comments, just give us a shout, let us know, and I'll try and answer them, because I realised that I wasn't too engaging yesterday. I was just so busy running things. So if you guys want to go ahead and ask any comments at all, please feel free, as we're just going to be sitting chatting away. Right. So guys, Mika, let's start with you.
Yes.
Right, this was your first ever competition, right?
Yes, it was.
And you chose to go international.
Yes.
Right, and fly halfway around the world to do so. How was your first experience in your first competition?
It went about as well as I expected. I thought I was ready to give a little bit more of a fight before losing. I did not. However, it was a good experience, and next time I feel like I'm going to be slightly better prepared for the realities of that Tachi eye.
Listen, as I was saying to you earlier on and all, nobody can judge their sumo when they've been doing it as short a time as you, and on top of that, it's like the bright lights, do you know what I mean? You're stunned, you're in this situation where it's just this huge opportunity, huge competition in front of you, and some people just find it hard to get the engine revving. It's like my Leo lost his first couple of bouts, but he's experienced in competition a wee bit, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So nobody can dishearten themselves for maybe not performing the best their first time out, do you know what I mean?
Absolutely not.
You showed a lot of heart, mate. You know what I mean? You earned a lot of respect, so you did. You did.
And those women I went up against were amazing. To lose against them in my first ever tournament, I'm pretty proud of that. They're awesome.
Yeah, it was no easy task you had.
And guys, sorry it's so dark. We've tried to brighten it up as best we could, but it's really dark here in Scotland tonight, and all we've got like 4 lights on, and it's still not enough. So sorry. Right, before we go to a question with Momo here, I'm going to just see who's in the comments so far. So get Rain City Sumo saying Mika, fire, fire, fire. Siggy Sawyer saying howdy Scott, Killer Tony, thanks so much pal, much appreciated. Michelle Stark, greetings from Nova Scotia, Canada.
Nice.
Awesome tournament. Thanks Michelle, your support is always welcome, and please send my best to your lovely wife. Then next we have the Texas Bandit. Ross, you did great yesterday.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
You did. Ali Cravey, is it howdy? Oh, I'm so sorry if I'm destroying your names, guys. Right, see, between the fact that I was educated in Scotland and I have the accent, it's really hard. And I've lost my voice, let's say that and all. As you can hear, this is not the Hello Sumo fans you guys are used to. Next up, we've got, he's from South Africa, so he's got an awesome name that I'm too uneducated to pronounce properly, but hello. Dr. Cookies, great tournaments, you're killing it out there. Why, thank you. And Army3275, hello from Alabama. And Michelle Stark, she's here watching as well, Scott. She says hi back at you. Hi, how you doing, pal? Thank you for watching. David Sumo Canada, lovely voice, man. I will. This is my best Barry White impression, mate. What can I say? You know what I mean? Oh no, I wrecked my voice. See, guys, I made the mistake of doing this thing where I get pumped and I was like, try to be all warrior like, you know. And everybody thought it was brilliantly hilarious, so they all started doing it, and then everybody wanted a photo. Not once did I take a photo without taking a second one where both of us screamed. So my voice is ripped to shreds.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I feel like my missus says I sound like a Scottish Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't know. What? You know what I mean? You say your prayers, you thump your Bibles, you talk about your John 3:16, while Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass. Before we get to more questions, which I'll get to in a second, talk to these guys. Ross, second tournament, first one in Switzerland last year, but this one was a big one.
This was a big
because
one.
we built this together, mate. You were here for the very start of Clan Sumo Scotland.
Yep.
It was me and you in this living room, destroying my couches with a weight belt on each.
Yep.
So how did you find this tournament compared to the first one you were at? And just the overall ambience and experience of it all?
Well, this tournament was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, for us, because we were the ones kind of organising, sorting everything out, it was great to see everybody else having a good time. I mean, that was really good for us.
Aye, it was. It was. That's a good answer, mate. Because that's what this says and all. Because our main concern yesterday was the athletes attending.
Right, absolutely.
Are they okay? Can we accommodate them? How are they feeling? Is everybody alright? Is everybody ready? Do you know what I mean? And then the after party was lit.
Oh,
the after party was amazing.
That was awesome.
Aye, Team Poland and Team Norway. You mad party animals. We love yous.
Right,
Absolutely
right.
love yous. Loved everybody that was there. Yous were all so nice. The Americans were lovely as always. The guy for Sri Lanka, wow, Lizantha, what a sweetheart.
Right.
And Tice from Switzerland, me and Mo, he's became one of our best friends in just a weekend.
Yep.
He's one of our best friends. Lizantha's a sweetheart. He got me this hand-carved wooden elephant as a gift. I'll show you in the camera. And this plaque. And we got a few things like Team Norway got me bison grass vodka. Vodka! Am I saying that right, guys? And I got a few other things, and as you know, I got a damn claymore. Sword. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet, do you know what I mean? But these pictures need to come off. I'm going to need to do something else with them. You know what I mean? Right, let's get back to people talking, right? Where were we? Hello from Alabama, she's here watching. Right. Siggy Sawyer, hanging out with Austin Sumo Club. We love you, Scott. I love you guys too, thanks so much. You know I've got much love for yous all. And Scott has got enough love for everybody. Robin Morrison, hey there, clansman. Alright, my baldy bestie, how you doing? What's happening, old man? It's alright, me and Robin have got this running joke where we tear each other to sunder every time. Even if I like his favourite sumo wrestler, he'll hate on them just to disagree with me, and I do it to him as well. All the love, but all the love. Army 3275, proud of Hoshoru. I think we all are, mate. AM, we are so proud of you, Mika. Love your shirt. Subscribing to World of Sumo for you. Thanks, man.
Nice.
And this is the original Tanuki Yama for World of Sumo that Mika had designed first when we started to do our first merch. This was the first one made, and what's unique about this t-shirt is even though you can get this t-shirt, you can't get this exact one, because after she got this printed, we changed the Kesho Mawashi to purple to match the colours of World of Sumo. So this is the one and only. We will start the bids at £500 British. Great Stone Cold impression. Scott, what? We need one of the two Mongolian Ozeki to make Yokozuna. Don't say. Army 3275, awesome mate, and as much as I appreciate, listen, you know I'm huge on Pro Sumo, I'm all about Pro Sumo, that is what I do, but this podcast is sort of for the the Scottish Sumo Open discussion and just the community, just because I was supposed to talk to the guys more yesterday and I was so busy I never got a chance. So if you don't mind, maybe at the end I can leave 5 minutes and we can talk pro sumo if you want, if that helps, bud. Mika, I Really Like You by Lucia Gianquito. I hope I didn't, again, sorry, I said at the start of the podcast, I'm going to wreck your names. Rusty G.
Rusty.
That's my Rusty.
Zubrowka. Am I saying that right? Excellent stuff.
I'm sure.
Aye. Hey Rusty, or as I call him, the Rustinator. What's happening, brother? We're taking care of your wife. Don't worry. She's been lifted and laid and cooked for and served and, you know what I mean, treated like a member of the family because she is a member of the family. So don't you worry, my brother. Lucia Guntino, do you think more clubs, single people will be invited next year? Yes, definitely. Next year's Scottish Sumo Open will be a 2-day event. There will also be a team event category added. And I'm looking at probably 100 to 150 minimum, because this year we did limit it and we got around 60 this year. And the last 2 weeks building up, I don't think many further away countries had heard, so a lot of them tried to enter pretty late and it was too late for me to help them arrange visa, so there was nothing we could do. But the list for next year is already 50 strong waiting list, and that's not including one single wrestler that attended this year, so it's looking like it's going to be a big one already, guys.
Yeah.
My bad, peace. Oh, peace, Army. It's no problem, mate. Stick around because I do want to answer the questions for you. Rob McDiesho, future Yokozuna, you know, brother. Listen, listen to you and me the now, Robin Morrison, right? See when he stops wearing the cheating bandages that slip off like butter, because we all know there's Vaseline on his elbows beforehand. We know. He's a cheat. Do you not notice every time he wins a big match, somebody's tried to pull his elbows up and the bandages have come right off in his hands? Know what I mean? Look at how they're like, I think it was the second time he beat Yokozuna Terunofuji. Yep. Right off. But anyway, Robin, don't wind me up. I just told the Army that we weren't talking pro sumo and you got me hyped. Jeez-o.
It doesn't take much when you mentioned Aisha. Let's just
it doesn't. I hate his guts.
Yeah.
I hate his stupid face. He's a cheater. With his loose bandages. You know what I mean? Oh. Michelle Stark. Scott, did you manage to stay focused considering at the same time your favourite Kirishima made Ozeki? Listen, that was a hard one. Because see trying not to do videos for that and do the news. Like, because I'm all about keeping everybody up to date, the facts, educating on sumo. It's my life's passion. So, and the fact that Kirishima get made Ozeki, you know, I what can I say, it was stressful to not, but I had made a commitment to my team and to everybody coming, so I really didn't have a choice at the end of the day because it wasn't about me anymore. The Texas Bandit, compliments to your sister, the gal did a great job to keep the web feed coming to us, great job. That isn't my sister, that's my wife, but thank you very much. I'll let her know that's actually my wife. She was amazing. She had no clue. We bought a YOLO box, switch box, 4 cameras, all sorts. She learned and taught herself how to work all of that. And although it was a work in progress, she done an amazing job. So she's absolutely brilliant. My sister was there, however. She was the one cleaning the dojo with the black and white stripey. She looked like a ref. And she was doing the tickets on the door and, you know, just keeping people going and stuff like that. My sister was a rock to me throughout this as well. Although everybody was amazing. And I couldn't have done it without my whole team. See, my sister and my wife just literally couldn't have, it wouldn't have happened without those two in particular.
Charlene took on so much responsibilities for this one.
Charlene did. She did.
Pulled it all off.
She swooped in.
Right.
Aye. Right. We had Mika's £215 teammate throw a £390 guy. What do you think about that? That's the tournament they were having up there.
Yeah. It was excellent. watched it just before the live stream, and I was like, yes!
Aye. She does get pumped for her Rain City Sumo. She's a very loyal Rain City girl. She has watched some from Kyoto visiting from us. Dr. Cookies. Is that the biggest sumo tournament ever held in the UK? Hands down, it's the biggest. There has been tournaments held in the UK, British. There's been a couple of London Opens, and I'm sure there's been a couple of times where like Team Norway and Team Switzerland get invited over years ago once. But I wouldn't call any of them real tournaments. I would call them more team meet competitions. And that's not me being bad, it's just how it is. So that's why I wanted to do this. That's mainly a huge part of why I wanted to do it, because why isn't Britain, Britain, Scotland, England, why are we not on the map of sumo when we're on the map of everything else? So, sometimes things might not be going the way you would like or the right way in your opinion, and maybe you have no control over that, and then maybe instead of rolling over or instead of greeting about it, you get off your butt and go and do something about it. And that's exactly what I done, folks, and I wanted to make sure it was huge. So not only was it the biggest sumo competition in Britain, Scotland's first, I actually think it was one of the biggest international sumo competitions this year. Definitely in Europe, except for the combat games and the European championships, I would say. But if I'm wrong about that, please feel free to correct me, because as always, I would much prefer to have my facts right. My voice is just terrible tonight, isn't it? It's a struggle, guys, it's a struggle. I'm forcing it all out. I was whispering for 5 hours a day, knowing that I had to save my voice for this.
Yes.
So we'll pause there on this, and then we'll come back to you in a wee second, guys. So, Mika,
Yes.
who would you say was your hardest opponent yesterday?
I mean, they were all exceptionally hard. I'm going to mispronounce her name. I told you in the car.
Right.
With the name that has a V that sounds like a W.
Right. Wailita?
Yes, Wailita had the tachiai, because we were the closest in height out of the women we fought, and so her tachiai with her low center of gravity hit me the hardest. I know she wasn't the biggest of the Polish women, but she hit me the hardest.
Aye, fair enough. And Wailita, she's an excellent wrestler, and a lovely human being, by the way. See, at the after party, she was my dance partner. Me and her were having dance offs and all of that on the floor. She's so fun. Wailita, if you're watching, love you. Oh, Momo.
Pardon me?
Who would you say was your hardest opponent yesterday? And obviously you can pick from the Open or your category, it's completely up to yourself.
I would say obviously the Open weight, that was a lose against Big George. And it's obviously a quite sizable weight difference.
It's 3 times your weight.
Yep. But obviously that was going to always be a difficult challenge. But in my weight class, obviously Eric I took 2 losses to him, but Leo as well. Leo's always a tough opponent.
Aye.
Always a tough opponent.
Aye.
He's came on so well since the last year. He's working really hard.
Oh, he has, man. In like 6 months he's improved no ends. It's been unbelievable. Unbelievable. And he proved that yesterday.
Oh, absolutely.
He proved that yesterday.
Man.
Because
Super proud
this is my son Leo Finlay we're going on about, guys, and although he lost his first 2 bouts, he needed to warm up, and he got there, and there was 4 judges, a ref, 2 judges and me discussing special prizes, and we all agreed that he deserved the fighting spirit for how he was performing. You know what I mean? So he done really well. I'm very proud. I'm very proud and not ashamed to admit it. Brought a tear to my eye when he took his medals. Right, let's go back to Robin's laughed. Yes, brilliant. So much fun to watch. Thank you. You're so welcome. That's Urchin Sushi. You're welcome. Thank you. The Texas Bandit. Lisa, my old Sekiwaki mine no longer grasps things. What are we discussing? The Texas Bandit, you said that compliments to your sister. It was a question mark, so I answered your question. And you says that gal that did the great work to keep the web feed coming to us, that was my wife, who was running the web feed. I was just answering your question. Not my sister, the missus. Lucia, after many months of following you, I realised I could be educating people about sumo in the area I live. We all could.
Absolutely.
It's a very stereotyped sport. It's looked at as the wrong way, do you know what I mean? The overweight men in nappies and all of that sort of stuff. So we could all be putting in an effort, because if people only understood the history and the intricacies and the skill and the determination it took, it would be a different matter. Let's go to the next one.
Got a lot of comments.
Right, Refi Girl. Hello, how are you? We are great, thank you so much. Congratulations on the event, thank you so much again. Rusty G, what went well and what would you have done differently in hindsight? Great question, Rusty. What went well was the timekeeping. I've got to say that things just ran smoothly, and I guessed that I wanted to finish for 5 or 6 PM our time, and we finished at 5:30 PM. We were cleaned up and we're out of there, so we couldn't have asked for anything better, mate. So I've got to say that the thing that went the best was the timekeeping. And what I would do differently is have a couple of more experienced Gyoji referees, because although we had judges from Norway, they weren't the most experienced on the dojo. Therefore, a lot of the role landed on the shoulders of my good friend Kevin Rozum, Polish sumo president, and another one of the main wrestlers over there who's refereeing due to injury, Jakob. Great guy, lovely guy, and also has become my friend. They two swapped it between the two of them, and it's like any of you guys who drive long distance at any point will know, you might not be doing much but pushing a pedal down with your foot, but concentrating on the road constantly is taxing on the mind and it's fatiguing. So the two guys were getting really tired and they soldiered on, and I bow to both guys, I bow to both men, respect to both of them. Honestly, another set of men that I couldn't have done it without. So I'm eternally grateful to both guys. Right, let's see what else we've got. Texas, but an annual event, Scott, or maybe twice a year. We couldn't do that twice a year. That's a once a year thing. There'll definitely be more tournaments in Britain now, right? Because I've finally, I don't know if many of you know, usually it's only Britain that gets accepted into these large world and international organisations, but we have worked so hard that gratefully Clan Sumo Scotland has been invited and accepted unanimously into the European Sumo Federation, and I have been named the first ever Scottish Sumo president in history. And I can't tell you how grateful I am that this has happened, and how I will keep up this role. I will hold my head high and do this role with a lot of pride. I was a bit jumbly in my sentence there, but you guys get what I mean. This is live, so I can't just stop and start my sentence again like I do in all my videos. Oh, right, here we go. Excited for Shishi. I think everybody is again. Malfoy, Celtic or Rangers. I don't do football. I hate it. The town I'm fae is actually nicknamed, I don't live there now, but it was nicknamed Little Ireland because there were so many Irish immigrants that moved there like 100 years ago, and it's very Catholic, very Celtic. I'm a Catholic as well, and I don't like sectarianism and things like that. I don't like the religious crap that it causes between Catholics and Protestants. So, and it stems, a lot of it stems from the football, believe it or not. So I stay well clear, pal. So I hope that answers your question. Leo did amazingly. Well, proud of him.
So right.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Absolutely, guys.
Yep.
What we got next? Scott, for Robin Morrison. Scott, is there a highlight reel of the day? Because I kept getting screen freeze, loss of signal, so I missed pretty much all. We definitely had some technical difficulties, but we discovered that if you rewound it 5 minutes, it would play okay. But I have got about footage for about 4 different cameras and about 8 actual cameras taking pictures. So over the next month, mate, I'll be creating multiple highlight videos and scenarios and whatever, you know what I mean? I'll be doing lots of content basically, mate, do you know what I mean, to answer your question? Aye, there'll be lots, but if you guys could just give me a couple of days, I just want a couple of days to myself, and then I'll get back to work, I promise, because I need to get back to making news videos anyway.
There already is quite a lot of short videos and that for other people and people in the crowd and that with all different angles that are already circulating.
So if you go to like Instagram and all of that and search Team Poland, Team Norway, things like that, Team America, a lot of the clubs, Rain City, Ohio Sumo, Dayton, Grand Rapids, Dallas Sumo Club, shout out to all 4 of you guys. Raijin Sumo Club, can't believe I forgot Raijin Sumo Club, with my bestie Eric in Edinburgh, know what I mean? Jeez but I love all you guys. And I'm actually I'm quite good friend. I've made good friends with Will Campbell, lovely guy from Grand Rapids. What a guy, and his wife is a lovely human being.
Yeah.
Who else? I've got a lot of time for Edinburgh. I've always had a lot of time for Edinburgh. We're good friends, and I love his coach Eric. Like I love Eric to bits. Corey Morrison, you know I love you, Corey. You know I love you and the missus. You've always been really kind and super supportive to me, so you know I appreciate you guys. Ben's always been a sweetheart. So's Darius with Ohio Sumo Dayton. Got a lot of respect for those guys as well. And you know I love you, Nick. Rain City Sumo, Nick West. You know I love you, mate.
And I want to add one quick thing about Will's missus. After coming to this event, she said that she now wants to try sumo for herself.
Oh, does she?
So we may have another female competitor soon, and if she is, and she, discovers if she, loves doing sumo or not, she wants to come back here if that's where she's at next year.
Oh, that's awesome. Could you imagine that she comes 1 year as an audience member, gets the passion, back with the bug, and then all of a sudden she's back the next year competing? That is amazing if that happens. I love that. I absolutely love it. Well, see, even one of my, I've got a family of students, Ian and his 2 sons, and Joseph and Sam. Ian and Joseph fought great yesterday, well done again guys. But Louisa, their mum, Saviour, she's superstar. Louisa the legend, that's what, Louisa the legend.
She is a legend.
She just picks up all the pieces everybody drops out their pockets. And she's now even interested in giving it a wee go because the bug bites. And guys, I can't tell you enough how much I have got a passion for women's sumo. Maybe it's because I've got a daughter who has a passion for competing, but I'm trying to drive women's sumo hard here, you know what I mean? And I'm just grateful that I managed to have multiple categories, and do you know what I mean? And I wasn't one of the places that hand the women smaller trophies and stuff than the men. Like they got the exact same, there was no difference. So that is definitely something that I'm passionate about. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Definitely something that I'm passionate about. Team Norway, so let's take a wee second to talk about the teams that came now.
Yes.
So we've just spoke about the USA teams, and we will get back to the comments in a minute, guys. The American teams were amazing. The guy from Sri Lanka we mentioned, sweetheart was Anka.
So lovely.
Didn't speak a lot of English, but he brought somebody with him, you know what I mean? And he and his family were beautiful people. Then we had Thijs from Switzerland, who is now me and Momo's new best friend.
Oh, he's so nice.
Love him.
Oh, he's great, he was great. He was so helpful.
He has the Swiss Army knife. He knows how to do hunters, he knows hunters, and he's just like a wee pocket rocket. He's built like a tank. He's a tank, and he's so helpful, and I'm so grateful to have met him. And me and Momo are the 2 coaches that are going over with the junior team for the European Championships in Switzerland in November. And Thijs, we cannot wait to hang about with you, brother. Like, we can't wait. We're more looking forward to coming to see you, mate. So absolutely brilliant people. Up next, let's talk about Team Norway. I just want to shout out to Sigmund. Love you, brother. Because see, before everybody else joined in on this, but I had a tiny wee gym, as I said when I gave you your prize, and the reason I gave you your prize, I had nothing, I had no money. This was going to be like a terrible dojo and a terrible wee hall, and it was going to be crap, and you were going to bring me a team anyway to help me make this into something, mate. And I can't tell you how grateful I am to you for that. So Norway always has a team, it always has a home in Scotland, because you guys, same goes for everybody, but I'm just saying to Sigmund and his team personally, because they really did, they gave me motivation to keep going when I thought it wasn't working at the beginning, do you know what I mean? And Ollie's team are lovely human
Oh my
beings.
gosh, yes.
You know what I mean? I think they
Yeah.
thought I was a wee bit loud and lippy when they first met me. But I think I've made really good friends with a lot of them. And Marine, I hope I'm getting your name right. I was chatting to her a lot. She was one of the refs. She was the one tying the red ribbon on the east. Made good friends with her and Ramona and all of you guys. Sorry for the ones I'm not mentioning, but I talked to you all. You're all great. And Team Poland. If it wasn't for them, they brought our doyo. Couldn't get it posted. They brought our doyo all the way from Poland on the plane. Brought it over. Made sure we were sorted. You know what I mean? Brought us a bunch of mawashi for our guys. Like, they really helped get the ball rolling and then done all the reffing for us and making sure it was going legit. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, we just lost the light.
Right, the light just went off a wee bit there, right? Oh, hold on guys, we need to get a wee light fixed. The light's popped off. The light's popped off there, so we're just getting that fixed. There we go. Press it again.
Too
Did
hot.
it overheat? Yeah.
Too hot.
That's alright, give it a minute. We'll just be a wee bit darker than now. That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. So it's Team Poland again. All fantastic ladies, because it was a ladies team that came over. Aaron Rosum did come, but he's got a really bad back injury, so it wasn't worth him risking that when he's got the World Championships very soon. So he was right to rest. But the women's team they were fantastic.
Aye. Oh, they smashed it, didn't they?
They absolutely smashed it, and they were all lovely women. Like Susanna, the beast from the east, undefeated. She won outstanding performance because again nobody could beat her. She's a monster. Congratulations again, pal.
Really well.
Monica, you know I'm a fan of your sumo. I said that to you. You know I'm a fantastic sumo pal. Fantastic performance. Alexandra, she is just a big bag of nuts in you, pal. But she's fun, and then the other Alexandra and Wileta, my dance partner, and you're all great people. And I think that you guys thought I might have been nuts because 5 minutes after meeting you, you get in van and I start shaking the van, screaming, "Here we go!" And they kind of gave me this look like, oh, I mean, but now we're besties. Now we're besties. So absolutely tremendous effort for all the judges, everybody involved. Honestly, I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. Let's get back to you guys, because that's what it's really about, talking to all of you folks. Let's see here. What made you get into this opportunity? Hoping I'm using the right word. What made me get into, if you just say again in the comments, do you mean what made me do an open? Or what made me start this channel? Or what made me start doing amateur sumo to begin with? Just be clearer on what you, and I'm happy to answer. I'll answer all three if you want. Let's go here. Rusty G, hats off to the Gyoji. Absolutely.
Yep.
Let's see. Question for Lucia. What goes through a fighter's mind in the last 10-15 seconds before being charged? Because in my past as a karate student, the fighting side scared me sometimes. Opinion, Mika? Yous were fighting?
It depends if it is practice or if it's a competition.
Okay, let me be clear. Let me give you a scenario then. Right? In practice, somebody you don't know really, you know they're decent in sumo, you've never fought them, but it's in practice. What is going through your head initially?
Initially, I'm just thinking I'm gonna have fun.
Aye.
Like,
Aye.
especially in practice, I don't care if I win or lose. It's, did I get to try the thing I was trying to do? How do I then apply it if I didn't? And just going for it. I don't have a lot of pre-bout jitters, especially during practice.
Aye, fair enough. Fair enough. Momo, same question.
Pretty much the same as Mika. I mean, it all basically depends on the situation, but most of the time in practice, I would say just try and drop the ego and don't go all out.
Absolutely.
It's just practice.
As you should. That's great advice. Drop your ego in practice.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 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 So hold on, guys. 2 wee seconds. We'll just get a wee bit of. That's just seen a low battery situation going on here. I just need to make sure that that's on. Right.
Let me get a check, make sure that.
I make sure the plug's hooked up and that. Just because that's saying that, I don't want it to cut out on everybody. This is the first time I've ever done a podcast of this live. Well, yesterday, but I wasn't running that. So, you'll need to bear with me here, guys.
Seems alright.
Is the battery in it?
No, it doesn't need a battery.
Okay, no, because I was going to say that might be why it's overheating.
Do you want me to unhook the handle and just put the power source straight to the camera? Because it was fine at the open like that yesterday.
I know, leave it like that now. We'll see what happens. Guys, see if it cuts off. See if you give me 5 minutes. We'll be back in 5 minutes if it cuts off. Don't worry. Right. I've messaged my wife. She's on her way. I've said, come here. See if she can come and tell me what the problem is, just in case.
We say the rescue.
Yes.
So, right, new scenario.
Yes.
Competition. Same kind of fight. How you feeling?
Okay, so again, I didn't have a ton of pre-bout jitters. However, what I did have was my coach Nick's voice in my head saying, "You have a plan. You know what you're doing. Get a good tachi in and cut the corner." That is what I heard every time. Yes, I failed every time. However, that's what I heard.
A lot of learning
There's
on.
no battery. The GoPro, they say no battery because there's no battery in it.
Oh. I bet you.
Thank you.
I bet you one of yous have said that in the comments. I bet yous have. Sure it doesn't say no battery, 'cause somebody's probably got a GoPro and Scott, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So, Momo, how do you feel?
In competition?
Competition, you know they're decent.
Well, I would say it would slightly depend on the situation. I mean, if I've not seen this other person doing any sumo yet, I mean, obviously you've got a slight advantage if you're kind of the last bout with them and you've seen them go a couple of times. If they've got a pattern, you can try and capitalise on it, but there's always the chance that they're going to switch it up with you. But again, similar to Mika, I don't really get much pre-bout jitters. And usually kind of keep a good handle on that. Sometimes I try and go for a game plan, but usually straight after the tachi, the game plan's gone. And we're just reacting.
That's true.
And I've found that usually if I let myself react rather than try and stick to a game plan, it works out better for me, so I'll go with that.
Fair enough. Hey, Swagger been lagging.
Oh, that's Jack. That's Daniel's Jack. Swagger been lagging.
Is it?
That's Jack.
Is it Jack? Oh, it says hi from
Hi,
Jack
Jack.
Roach. Loved your
Jack
being
Roach.
yesterday. Had a great time. Proud of you all. Hi from Jack Roach. Jackie boy! Alright, son. The Texas Bandit. 41 degrees Celsius on the patio. Oh, Watanagi. Off to conquer the grilled chicken. Thank you for your hard work. Hook 'em. Thanks, Texas Bandit. See you later.
Is he grilling the chicken on the patio?
Woody Sumo, evening gents. Alright, Woodstar!
Hey, what's that? What's wrong?
Rusty G, the doyo came from Poland. Kudos to them for hauling it over. Oh, they hauled two. And a suitcase full of mawashi. So I mate, that's after them. Legendary.
The other suitcase full of the
Tawara. Aye. Lucia, I didn't know much about women and girls in sumo before the Scottish Sumo Open, and they were all amazing. I have a totally new level of knowledge and respect. That's much appreciated, Lucia, thank you. Cooper, when wearing a kilt, are you also required to wear those fancy socks too? I mean, you're not required. You could wear thick socks, push down your legs with boots. So you say you've got the boot, right? You've got the boot on, and then your sock comes up to you. You could just roll it down and sit kind of there. But you really should have the sock up and then what's called flashes, and flashes usually match the kilt you're wearing. Do you know what I mean? So you really should, and then your skiing do, the knife. I also had a mini battle axe in my left arm, my left leg. Refi girl, all of it. Right, I've been into sumo since I was a wee boy, and I discovered it when I was like 5 or 6. I accidentally came across it on Eurosport when Musashi Maru won his second Yusho. So check whenever that was, and that's when I started. And I was hooked since. I've always loved it, these behemoths destroying each other. And I picked up on the skill behind it straight away. So I had an appreciation for it when I was young. And then through my teenage years, I was a Stone Cold and Mick Foley fanatic in wrestling, and that's when Asashoru was sort of on the scene and all, a couple of years after that, and he was a badass, so that's what made me a super Asashoru fan as well. And I kind of just stuck to it with life for then. I didn't know there was an amateur sumo scene before, like in Britain. I knew there was one, right, but I thought it was kind of like Japan and countries near Japan. I didn't know there was really one, I really didn't, and I didn't discover it until I was like 28 or 29. I was like, what in the frick? So I reached out to some sumo groups, and I was like, does anybody know like a doorway to get in? And I get put in contact with certain people, and I found Adam Lloyd, president of Sumo England. Alright, Wolverine, one of my best friends and brothers. He's my mentor, coach, and one of my biggest supports, and he has been instrumental in helping my amateur sumo journey. So I can't thank him enough. And with the Scottish Sumo Open, I wanted to do an open of my own for ages. I've seen all these ones going on. I wanted to bring something to Scotland. Scotland didn't have sumo, and I'm sorry to British sumo when I say this, but although there is British sumo and there has been that odd Scottish guy doing sumo, including myself, I think I was like the third. No, there was no, see the way like, they'll go to Comic Con down there, or they'll go and do shows or demos. They never came to Scotland to do that. They never bothered to try and do anything. And any Scottish person that wanted to train had to travel 5 hours on car, 9 hours. I mean, my first sumo experience, I went down to England and I travelled for 11 hours on trains and buses just to get there. Slept on a crash mat, trained till like 1 in the morning, slept on a crash mat, got my butt kicked the full day next day, and then done like, it took like 9 hours on a train to get up the road. You know what I mean? I'd done that multiple times before Momo started wrestling with me, he drives, and we'd half in for the fuel. Do you know what I mean? So there was no opportunity. And see, half of my club, half of my students come to me because I started the club, because they didn't want to have to go to the middle of England to be able to do that. Do you know what I mean? So it was a great opportunity for them to be able to start doing sumo as well. So I hopefully that answers your questions, but I'll pass that question to you guys as well. They kind of know the story how you get into sumo, Momo, so we'll be quick on you. But Mika, you obviously, you are not that long a sumo fan either, a couple of years now.
Yep.
I will defend her and say she's very knowledgeable, but it's not like, oh, 2 years, couldn't learn enough. She knows hunters, like, could easily compete with me. See if I had to say who's like-minded with you and not sumo knowledge, she would be in my top 5. So she would, definitely. So she knows a lot. But what made you transition from super fan to actual sumo wrestler itself? Because you were not a violent person either, which is also a surprise for somebody to get into martial arts when they don't enjoy violence in any way.
I mean, I did do martial arts back in junior high. This is for the Americans, they'll know what junior high means. And
primary school.
Yeah, primary.
Translation, primary school.
And I mean, I did enjoy sparring back then, but after I finished that martial art, then I didn't do anything for 20 some odd years. How I got into doing sumo was more or less an accident, just like how I became a fan. So my husband, Rusty G, was on a work trip for about a week, and I was doing nothing. Like, normally we go on like minimum 2 mile walks every day, but he was gone, I did nothing. And I was like, it's Wednesday. I heard there's a sumo club that meets at UW Washington campus, and I think they're meeting. And I talked to Nick on Messenger months before that, and I was like, I might come down and see what you guys do sometime, but I'm not interested in doing it. That's what I said.
Lies.
Big lies. And so my husband was gone, and then I was like, I've been really lazy. You know what's good when you're really lazy? Not being lazy. And so I went down and I tried it, instantly fell in love with doing it, even though I felt like I got hit by a truck the day afterwards.
Yep.
That's normal. That's totally normal.
Totally.
But yeah, that's the short version of how I got quickly obsessed with doing it myself.
What's funny about what Mika has just said is when she first started out, obviously she would always reach out to me and John Trail. Hi John.
Hi John.
John, we love you. John is another valued member of World of Sumo. Much appreciated. And literally the only guy I will admit that is more sumo knowledgeable than I am. I won't admit that about MD else because I would take MD on for sumo knowledge except for John. He's who I go to when I don't know something. Oh God, I've inflated John's ego that much. I forgot what we were even talking about there. Don't make
Erase
sure you
that.
can
Delete.
make sure you can still get through a door, John boy. So what were we even talking about?
What first got us into doing amateur sumo?
Yeah.
Aye, that was it. And no, the funny thing about Mika was when she would ask us for advice, so she'd always talk to us and send videos, and I've never met anybody so proud to be covered in bruises all the time. Like, I mean, I could show you guys, I have at least 105 pictures of Mika's bruised arms.
No. She was showing them off to me the other day.
And then it got to a point where her skin started to toughen and she wouldn't bruise as easily. She got mad.
She got
She got upset that she wasn't bruising. Mika.
I have a couple from the other day. Not many.
And as I told you guys earlier on, Momo got into it. He was not into sumo. He got into it as a favour of me, his best friend. They helped me have somebody to train me with a weight belt each, and he discovered that he loved to grapple and that he was quite good at it. And so he's been one of the top -70s in the whole of Britain, and he's the former -70 British champion. And the only reason he isn't right now is because he never made it to the last tournament that they had, so he never actually got beat for his title. Know what I mean? Let me see here, so we'll go back to this. Last time I know you were doing the chef stuff. Is this somebody that I went to college with and done the chef? Because I did do professional cookery. I did do that before I done animal care and biology. So maybe you're for that class. But I love to cook. I'm good at cooking, and I work with animals. I do like content, and I edit and produce full time now. But I did do it, so I learned to work with animals and the biology, physiology, all these things. So I can literally kill it, cook it, eat it.
I think that's your cousin Lauren. Comment there. She found out from Lisa, not your Lisa.
Oh, is that Lauren, my niece? Is that my niece? Is that who this is? Lauren, I've not done chefing in about, I think it was like 5 years ago, hen. You know what I mean? You obviously don't come and see your Uncle Scott enough. Jesus. Right. Anton Chigurh, I hope I didn't destroy your name. Hi all.
That is this Leo message saying it's Lauren.
We've just got a WhatsApp from my son Leo saying it's Lauren. Hi Leo son.
Hey mate.
My boy.
Well done man.
My baby. My baby boy. Right. Anton, yes. At Lucia, nerves are normally good to keep your body loose in preparation to move your body. Absolutely, Anton.
Correct.
Robin Morrison, question. During a bout, do you have a go-to move that you always go for to win, or do you adjust to how the bout is going and rely on your training? Right, the first part of your question will not be answered by any of us, because who would actually give away their main go-to in the public? We don't, we all compete still, so we won't tell anybody. I might go to what my proper game is soon, because I'm considering hanging up the Mawashi so that I can properly invest my time into developing sumo as a sport in Scotland and create a bigger stage for it and help international and world sumo develop as a whole. I want to get into the coaching side and get into like boards and, you know, just advance the sport, do you know what I mean? If there's a man out there that can get sumo in the Olympics, you're looking him in the eyes right now, kids.
On that, I would say, I definitely, if I see an opportunity to use, we'll say my favourite move. Pretty sure you'll know what that one is. If I definitely, I'll go for it if I can, but try not to give it away by going for it too early or that, or definitely wait for an opportunity.
Well, I think the way I see it is you need to rely on your training. That is what training's for. You rely on your training, because here's the thing, we like professional sumo wrestlers. Some people say, oh, it annoys me when Rikishi says, oh, I just want to do my style of sumo, or they were told to say that. That's a robotic answer. You're obviously misunderstanding what they mean. They mean that they want to do sumo without thinking about it. Muscle memory. They've done it so many times and they've practiced so much that it is just automatic. Somebody gets their arm, they just know, they just react. They don't think, oh no, my armpit's caught, I have to do something. They just know, they flow. Do you know what I mean? They're water, they go in a cup, they become the cup. Know what I mean? I'm not going to start Bruce Lee on you get my point. They adapt because they've trained to adapt. It's all the muscle memory. So that's what they mean when they're saying, I want to do my style of sumo. Basically, they want to be able to do excellent sumo because they've trained enough that their body can just do it. Do you know what I mean? And as far as so I would say that what was the next part of your question there, mate? Sorry, do you have a top? So you definitely adjust. Can I adjust? Please, him. Okay. Thanks, babe.
Lisa.
That's my wife bringing us all a wee drink in because she's a superstar.
Yes, she is.
So you definitely adapt. Thanks so much, babe. Right.
You should display that for the camera.
I am Brew. Get yours today. I am Brew. Send me free stuff.
Yes.
Right. First mate rally. Here because you're such a great guy. Love your Scottish accent. Greetings from Germany. Owatanagi. Owatanagi! Thanks very much, mate. I much appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Zombie Mommy. Hey, Sumo peeps. Scott, it was such a good event. Zombie Mommy. See you. You are like, love you. We love you. You're such a supportive person. You're always, you're always there in the comments.
Yep.
I feel as if like there's not a thing that I do that you've missed and not being supportive in some way or another. So I just want to say that how much I appreciate that.
Yep.
And I love what you're doing over there because you're always working hard at it as well. So much love to you.
Yep, we've seen your support in the comments yesterday. Thanks very much.
Loudly drinking that there. Right.
They had to taste how delicious it is by the sound.
Right, here we go. Tulio Conta. Sup, my man? Not much. Sore throat. Got my screaming. That's about it, mate. Zombie Mommy, I always love everyone's passion about it. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's been absolutely tremendous. Right. So, we'll move on and we'll talk to you guys a wee bit. Oh, Zombie Mommy's just said, oh, thanks, I appreciate it. Got to spread the love.
Absolutely.
Hopefully be there next year. Oh, it'd be an honour to have you next year. It'd be absolutely brilliant to have next year. It was just an all-around amazing event. Like, I can't believe how well it went.
Smoothly it went.
Like, not to toot my own horn here, but we pulled it out our arses. Like, we put on a good, professionally done show for amateur standards, of course. Do you know what I mean? But we definitely gave people a run for their money. We definitely set the bar really high within the British Isles. Yep. So all in all, it was the people were amazing, the staff were amazing. the support for you guys has been amazing.
Yes.
And I'm just so proud of everybody, for friends, wrestlers, help, everything is out of this world. I'm over the moon of the success yet, and I can't wait to see what's next. You know what I mean? So, Skace, how happy are you with how Team Scotland performed in the competition? Do you think they will be a force to be reckoned with in upcoming tournaments? I am extremely happy with how Scotland done in the tournament. I'm extremely happy because, right, well, first off, I want to start with my more novice wrestlers. I've got a couple of guys in there that have not been doing this long at all. And they have, two of them in particular had no martial arts experience. Sumo was the first thing they'd ever even have tried. And they went out there and they fought hard. And they absolutely did. And that's only with a couple of months training. See, with a couple of years, they'll be absolutely lethal because Scottish people are made of tough stuff. And I mean, I myself, I was lightweight British champion, still am technically. And I have done pretty well in competition so far. I'm quite grateful for that and the people that have had opportunities to train with. My other guy's Momo, who got silver. I'm very, very proud of him. He's medalled afore. He's been with me for the start. I never doubted that he would podium. And you can ask anybody that knows me. I says the three guys who I think will definitely podium is Leo Finlay, my son, Ross Moore and Momo, and Scott H, aka Henry, aka the Fonz. Because they're really good, and I just knew there was no way they weren't at least getting a bronze. I was very confident in that. And when my boy went out there, he was nervous. It took him a while to warm up, and then he took a medal in the men's category against grown adults. I was over the moon. So all around, I'm really extremely proud of the whole team, and that's including my wife and Louisa, Ian's wife, who helped us out. Absolutely legends. My sister, my daughter Paige, who was the runner. She was running about getting teas, coffees, helping everybody. She was a superstar yesterday. Everybody was amazing. Everybody was absolutely amazing, and I couldn't be more grateful for everybody and everything they done. Sharon Alexander was there, let us not forget. A thank you to Richard Neal, Swiss Sumo President, for helping with the bouts and sorting that and announcing for me so that I could be taking care of all the other things that had to be taken care of. But Sharon Alexander, a record holder for the heaviest female athlete ever, she was a sweetheart and a superstar, and I appreciate her so much for coming and being part of the judging department. She was a sweetheart, wasn't she, guys?
She was.
I'm going to
really
do
lovely.
a double special shout out to Louisa, who saved my bacon because I forgot my mouth guard in my hotel room when we knew that everything was supposed to start in about a half an hour. And what did she do? She grabbed her keys, drove me back to my hotel. Another one of the American athletes actually needed something as well. Thankfully, I had that in my suitcase, so I grabbed that. We booked it back, saved 2 athletes bacon before it even started.
Aye. Louisa's a superstar.
Yeah,
she's a superstar and a legend. Yep. She's a legend. We love you, Louisa. So let's go back to some comments here, and we'll see what the guys are saying. Right. Robin Morrison, it shows how proud and happy you are of the tournament, mate. You're buzzing, and rightly so. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I mean, see, when I just looked around and seen it all, Robin, it was out of this world. I couldn't believe I'd pulled it off. And then, of course, when the guy played the Flower of Scotland on the pipes, that was me. I was away, man, because I bleed blue and white. And it didn't help that Adam Lloyd, the Wolverine, he was whispering into me, right, yeah, Jock, you're gonna, I'm sure he said, you're gonna cry. If you're gonna cry, and it's now or never, mate. You know what I mean? I was like, I was thinking about it, and then that was it. I was away. What can I say? Let's go to the next one. Jamie Puente, I watched a bit, but I had a birthday party to get the place ready for, so I missed a big portion of it. I'll watch the rest tonight. Hurrah! Let us know how you enjoyed it, my friend. Forgot to congratulate you, Ross, on getting the silver from Lauren.
Thank you.
Rain City Sumo. Scott, you can't hang up your Mawashi before you and I have some bouts. Well, I mean, my competition Mawashi definitely, but I'll always be stepping on the dojo to help my own students and everybody that I can. So I'll always be there to wrestle with and things like that. And I mean, it might not be in a competition setting, but we can certainly go 100% full impact and do some bouts. And I'm not saying for definite, but there is a chance, because not only am I wanting to concentrate on all these things and advance the sport, I've got a lot of injuries now as well, do you know what I mean? And I've been doing different martial arts my whole life. So I'm not spring chicken anymore, and I'm about to be a granddad in a couple of weeks. Zombie Mummy, it was really awesome, some amazing bouts. It really was. It really was, you're absolutely right. Tulio Contour. Is that a drawing of Hakuho last celebrating face? Awesome, it absolutely is. One of a kind, unique, only one in existence. Drew by the awesomely talented Noah Wellbrock Tally, good friend of ours. You'll find him on the Facebook group in World of Sumo if you want to go and check his art out. He sells a lot of it and all. You can pick yourself up a piece. But if I find out you get him to draw you that, then we are going to have an issue. Let's see what we've got here. I've answered that one. Who made it? You think you'll be able to compete at the next Scottish Open, Scott, or will you be busy organising all again? Need to have you competing on your home soil. Unfortunately, I don't think that I'll ever compete at the Scottish Open, because I don't want to. Because I want to run it, I want to concentrate, I want to fix everything, that is my event. Like, that's my event. So I don't see if you're running an event and you want to compete, be my guest. Be my absolute guest. Of course, I personally won't compete at something that I'm running, because there's no way that you can split yourself and give your full time to being a wrestler and full time to being the host, do you know what I mean? So I just don't see it happening, I really don't, although I would love to. So guys, we are also going to be wrapping up the podcast in about 10 minutes and all. So if there's anything else you want to ask, get the questions in now. And I will be taking questions on Pro Sumo. If anybody wants to ask anything about Pro or my opinion or anything, then shoot, feel free. But we will be away in about 10 minutes. Let's see what we've got here. Alright, Lauren, maybe just message me with the questions in, because well, this is for Sumo. This is more for Sumo, not really personal family questions. Zombie Mummy, you're absolutely right. You say we have a couple of people who compete at their own events, and usually because of the divided attention, they usually don't do well. I've seen that happen too many times, and there is no way that you can put 100% into competing if you're also hosting. I'm sorry, you can't. So I agree with you, absolutely. Guys, is there anything that you want to add in at the end of it, or the podcast, or anything you want to say, or anything, or use?
No, I think we've covered just about everything we really wanted to talk about.
I think so, more or less. I do want to say really fast, people kept bringing their phones to me and saying, hey, so-and-so is rooting for you or something. I just want to say thank you for rooting for me.
Yeah,
I tried.
We've seen a lot of support for you in the comments.
I tried, so thank you for the good support.
Right, brilliant. Alright. Oh, Hoshoru, hands down. You said for Kirishima, Hoshoru. Absolutely. I mean, I have said that and all. I've just shouted more about Kirishima when he was obviously Kiribayama at the time, that he was going to do it. Hoshoru is going to do it as well. And I'll tell you this, there has never been a Mongolian Ozeki that didn't then make Yokozuna. So if one of they two do it, they'll break the cycle. But I absolutely Hoshoru. Who else? Hakaoho. I think that he's going to come storming in and not be stopped. The only way they're going to stop him is if he gets injured.
Yeah.
Because he's just going to keep getting better as well. You know what I mean? So absolutely. Tulio content. What are the plans to make the channel grow? Well, I'll actually be having a lot more content coming. So this is just a quick podcast with the guys tonight. But a lot more effort is going to be getting put into the editing of videos. We're going to be travelling a wee bit. We're going to be showing the world of sumo. That's why it's called World of Sumo. So we're going to be showing the world of sumo a lot more on the channel. There's going to be a lot more amateur sumo content as well as professional. Just more and more. And I'll also be taking suggestions and ideas for you guys as well. Because you are the guys that are watching it. So what you're thinking and how you're feeling matters. Because it's you that want to watch it. So I'm always open to opinions and suggestions. Zombie Mommy. Favourite Jurio guy? Mika, you can have this question.
That's a hard one. There are too many good ones. I'm gonna go Tommy Fuji because he's adorable when he smiles.
Tommy Fuji?
Yeah. There's so many though. But no, I lied. I'm not allowed to say that. I don't know actually if he'll still be in Juro after his second awful performance here. But I have to say Sushi Manada. He's a Skygawa Bay boy, and we at World of Sumo have a very tight connection with some of those guys, and so I have to say Sushi Manada.
We're very supportive of all the Skygawa Bay boys. All very supportive. Absolutely. See, we didn't ask Momo that question because Momo's not any professional sumo. He just likes doing sumo. He's not really up on the actual sumo. Thank you so much, Lauren. Thanks, Hen. My favourite thing is the Sumo Weekly thing. I love the Sumo News. Thank you, Tulio. I appreciate that. That makes it worthwhile when people like you say that they enjoy it so much. So I do appreciate that. Right, guys, we're going to be wrapping up in 2 minutes. So I just want to say thanks for coming along and watching Ways live and engaging and asking questions. And thanks to you guys that have watched afterwards and just listened in. I can't thank you all enough for your love and support and motivation and kind words that's gave me the drive to keep pushing and creating, in my opinion, and maybe this is biased, one of the best opportunities for sumo out there. Do you know what I mean? Best platforms, opportunity to educate yourself, I should have said there. The reason I messed my sentence up there is because we got a couple of other people in. Brenda Velasco, good friend of ours for the States. Hi Brenda.
Hey Brenda.
Hi Mika. Hi Scott. I hope you both had a great time yesterday, and congrats to Scott. Great job putting up the tournament. Brenda, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Just like Zombie Mommy, you're another one who shows me unconditional love and support, and I appreciate you very much. So thank you so much. Hello Sims, sending love hearts, saying hi. Hello Sims. First Mate Rally, what's your opinion on Hiradoumi? I like his style and effort he puts in. Agreed?
Yeah.
Agreed, he's decent. He's also necklace.
He is necklace, but also very nice.
Yes. Yes. Good take on the next Yokozunas. I think you are spot on. Oh, no worries Jamie, appreciate that. Rusty G, congrats on a job well done y'all. We're looking forward to the next one. Oh, thanks Rusty. I'm looking forward to coming over to Washington.
Yes.
Very, very soon. Where I hear the sweet Mary Jane is free as the day is long. And that is music to this one's ears. So I'm a-coming. Rain City Sumo. Great job, Scott. Much love from all of us in Seattle. Ah, Rain City. Thank you so much. Domo arigato gozaimasu. Tulio content. Let's drive for 25k subs. I'm right. Alright, let's do it. 25k. Hello Sims. Glad it all went well. Thank you so much. Michelle Stark. Job well done. Keep building and raising the bar for our favourite sport. The bar is raised Michelle, and I will continue to raise it. I will always do my best to outdo myself with everything I do. It only gets better from here. Can't wait to see it from Hello Sims. Well, we appreciate that very much, Hello Sims. Thank you so much. And guys, we are going to love you and leave yous for tonight. But I will be back because we'll be making things like this a regular thing. We have much better setup. Wait till you see my new backdrop that I'm getting set up in my wee office with my new sword and all my bits. Give me a couple of days for that. But again, thank you all much for all the support. I just can't thank you enough. And guys, see if nothing else, just do me a favour and like, subscribe, hit that bell. Oh, what did I get?